What's up everyone, this is CoyneDawg here with another GTA video. So in this video I'm going to be doing a bit of a Let's Talk episode on testing in terms of what I'm doing now and what I've got coming up for you guys in the very near future. So for anyone that regularly watches my videos, you'll know that I normally use a track that I created a while back called Bridging the Gap to do my track testing on. However, in one of my recent videos I did mention that I wasn't particularly happy with the track, and I want to just talk you guys through why first. So this first section here, these three corners, is so difficult to get right every single time, and it just messes the whole lap up if you get that wrong, because they all link together and they're all high speed and there's curbs and it's a bit uneven. It's quite easy just to get yourself out of shape through that one of the corners, and it messes all the others up. This section here is alright, I quite like that section, it's probably one of my favourites on the track. Then we've got Congestion Charge Hill, as I like to call it, obviously because it's on congestion charge. And then the biggest problem on the whole track is this corner here, which is just so tight. It's not too bad in the Spectre, but if you're in the original Elegy, not the retro one that's just come out, it can't even get round that corner without hitting the wall, unless you handbrake turn around it or something like that. It's just not a good corner. This highway section here, that just down there is alright. This corner here is difficult in some vehicles because it dips just there, which puts the car all out of shape. And then this corner here is horrible as well because the braking point is like just on the crest of that hill, so it makes it really difficult to get right. This one here again, this section is quite nice. I quite like this one, just coming downhill into here. Always try and take that line around the back of the lamppost. And then again, this corner here, there's like a dip right in the middle, which you just saw it skitted out a little bit there, but it makes some cars go out of shape. So yeah, that's kind of why I'm not really a fan of this track in terms of for testing. You know, it's quite a good track in terms of how challenging it is, in my opinion. I mean, obviously I'm a bit biased because I made it, but for a testing track, it's not a good track because there's so many different things that can go wrong in it, in my opinion. So I wanted to replace it with something that was a little bit easier to get a good lap time out of, but obviously still be challenging and give a good idea of the overall performance of a car. So, you know, something that's got fast corners, slow corners, medium speed corners, high speed, low speed, etc, etc. So yeah, so I had a good play around with the creator for quite a while, and the first track I came up with was this one, which you guys can have a watch of yourself and make your own mind up on it. My personal opinion was that it's a good track. There's quite a lot of challenge to it, but it's too short, and there's just some elements missing on it, in my opinion. So yeah, and it's got a very tight corner as well, which causes the similar problem with the Elegy. It's not as bad as the other one, but that one there was the one I was talking about. So based on that, I tried to add a stunt section to it with the stunt track creator, and I'm not going to even try and lie to you guys. I am so bad at creating tracks. Like, I am awful with the stunt creator. The track that I actually created initially, the game crashed, so I lost the track completely. So GG Rockstar, thank you for that. So I then put on Twitter to see if anyone could assist me, and very kindly a guy called Kangee Redwood, who, if anyone hangs around on streams, you probably will have seen him about. He makes some really good tracks, kindly offered to assist me. So I very quickly remade the track that I had originally produced, just to give him something to give him an idea of what I was looking for. The one I produced, because I'm so bad, actually had a hole in the middle of the track. It was that bad. I'm not even going to show you guys on here. But Kanji's picked it up and he's tried to turn it into something a bit better. We've had a few different iterations of it, and I'm going to share that with you guys now. It's not the final version yet, but I just thought I'd show you a little bit of a preview so that you guys can see what it's all about and give your opinions on it and your feedback. I'd really like to hear it, to be honest, because I've got some really exciting and interesting testing to come up to you guys. Not just track testing, but some other testing as well. But I don't want to do that until I've got the track absolutely perfect. So yeah, please leave your comments below with some opinions on the circuit I'm going to show you now. So this is the circuit that Kangee has kindly generated for me, based on obviously the original one. So yeah, so the first section is the same as it was on the one I've just shown you. I really like this corner around the back of the warehouse because it's a really fast corner straight into a slow corner. It's quite a nice challenge. Then it goes up onto the stunt section, which, as I said, I could not add myself. So thank you very much, Kangee, especially for that section. You've got like a little stadium section there onto this straight. Then we go into this section here, which is probably my favourite on the whole track. It's like a little S-bend section, which is quite a good test of the cars change of direction and all that. And onto this straight here. And the other thing I really like about this track as well, by the way, is all the scenery around it. You've got bridges and the airport's there. There's a boat. It's not just your typical stunt track in the air that's boring, so it's got quite a lot of character to it, in my opinion. So, and said I wanted to use the dock because it's an underused area, which I felt was, you know, it was nice to try somewhere new and a bit different. So yeah, so straight down into here, and then we've got this corner here as well, which again is like a slower corner, but it's a fast sweeping bend as well. So now what we're going to do is I'm just going to go on a slow tour of the track, so I can just talk you guys through my own thoughts on it and give Kangee some feedback as well as we're going round. So yeah, so as I said, the overall track I'm really pleased with. I think it just needs a bit of polish myself. So this just round here, if you look to the right, all these bollards and stuff like that, they kind of just stick out a little bit, and it's quite easy just to catch them. Same with the ones just round here. You can catch them very easily, so I think we could perhaps do with some protection just around them. To the left there, I'd like to see something to block that gap off so that you can't see straight down. Now this section here, I'm really not sure what to do with, because I really like the look of it. Kangee's done a lot of good work on it, but this surface, it kind of loses the traction compared to the others, because it's not tarmac, it's like a wood surface. You lose the traction on it, and I'm not sure I like that in terms of a surface for a test track. This, as I said, this S-bend, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. I love this. The straight, which is, it's long enough to give a good test of the acceleration of the vehicle without being, you know, too long. So I'm pretty happy with that as well. There's definitely nothing that needs changing around here. I'm wondering if this hairpin at the bottom, whether you could use some sort of similar setup to this in the stadium section to give you the tarmac flooring. I'm not sure whether that'd work or not. Obviously, Kangee, you're the expert, so yeah, you'll know better than I do. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with this section here, to be honest. And then just this corner here again, the previous track I showed, I'd got a lot of barriers along here, which just gave you a bit of protection, especially against those bollards that are sticking out there. So maybe just something along there would be nice, just to make it look good as well as being a functioning track. I think that goes for other areas on the track as well. It's just a bit of polish, you know, a few signs here and there to make it look a bit more like a track and all that sort of stuff. But the layout, I think, is quite good. I think it's a good challenge of a car because it has acceleration zones, braking zones, high speed, low speed. You know, there's not much missing from the track, I don't think, that you would find on other circuits. But I'd really like to hear your feedback, and you know, don't be afraid of being negative about the circuit or anything like that, because I really want to get the track right before I start doing any testing videos, because the worst thing that could happen is I start making videos and then discover that the track is not what I wanted. So just going on to the testing, as I said, I've got more than just track testing planned, because there's other people that do track testing. You know, the only difference between me and them, as I've said before, is I am, in my opinion, just your average racing driver. And in some ways, some of you may disagree, but in some ways I think the lap times I set may mean more to more people because of that. Because not everyone is a really good racer, you know. A lot of people are just like me, they're just your average racer, and therefore the lap times I set probably are more reflective of what they could do with vehicles. Because, you know, some of the vehicles people can get really good lap times out of, and people like you and I just can't do the same. So but I've got other tests planned as well as lap times, which I will share with you guys in a later video. I'm still formulating exactly how that's going to work, but I'm probably going to do like 3 or 4 tests with each car. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So yeah, just once again before I finish the video, thanks very much to Kangee Redwood for the track, and for all his hard work and putting up with me constantly changing my mind on things. And also thank you to A J Malloy, who helped me test the track a few times and gave me his view on it as well. So yeah, so that's it for this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. I'll probably do a paint job video tomorrow on one of the vehicles that came out with the import-export DLC, but they came out before I started doing YouTube videos, so I'll probably go back to one of them. So thanks very much.